weather is terrible. I am expecting us not to have a very good one tonight, but it's okay. I'll play the game. Let's see where I am. Let's see if I can find myself. Let me have a look. Where am I? Am I going to be able to find it? Hello, where am I? Ah, live. There we go. Let's see if anybody's there. Oh, I'll welcome myself then. Hello, Lisa. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'll say hiya. Let's see who gets there first then. Woo! There we are. Hiya to myself. Wow, what really bad weather. Crumbs. Hopefully you're all home. Hello, Miss Sunshine. Trudy, hello. Well, we've got Rose, we've got Boo. Sarah, hi. We've got a right downpour going on here. Oh, Sissy Pose. Hello, Maggie Mo. Oh my gosh, it's proper torrential. So, if you can hear background noise, that would be the torrential rain tippity-tappeting on the old Mandy Moo. Love it. That would be the rain bouncing off the old thing. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Mama X, hello. You beautiful people. I am a little bit early, but you know how it goes. Hello, Anthony. It's a play time because I've packed everything ready. Hi, Sarah. Blimey, that's heavy. Honestly, I feel like the old roof might cave in. Ruth, hi. Alison, hi. Helen. Goodness me. Penny, hello. Evening. Oh dear me. I really must say this is like terrible weather. Oh hello, I forgot to pack them. Oh, I may use these tonight as well, why ever not? Oh dear me. So Deborah, hi. Nettie, hi. Hi, Sarah. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Well, I'm hoping everybody's in the warm, safe and well because, goodness me, I wouldn't want you to be out in this weather. Wow. Shall I send an arc? Honestly, please do, Sally. I'll have a nice rainbow, please. An arc. I need an arc and some. Crikey. Well, this has just got me craft stuff in, so I need a bigger place. Oh, goodness me. Right, now I have got... Oh my gosh, look at that. Hi, Rach. Helen. Sylvia, hello. Oh my god, I feel like I've got to shout. Look at that weather. Oh my goodness me. Listen, if the stream goes off, there's not a lot I can do about it. But I'm going to persevere. I've got some good evening soon. Oh my gosh. Wow. I've got some A6 size watercolour card. It's easing a little bit. I've decided to do a bit of watercolour card tonight because I do want to play around with a couple of different techniques. Now, Amanda spoilt us yesterday by doing the alcohol inks and other bits and bobs. So this was done alcohol inks. So I'm not going to do alcohol inks tonight, but I am just going to play around with paint as well as using some of the liquid. So some of you might have these, some of you may not. Some of you might have just normal paints. So if you've got paints of any sort, you're going to be able to create this basically. Well, Lisa's in, yeah, I definitely need an arc. So I'm just going to use this paint set. I'm going to take, hello Marie, I'm taking this paint set with me tomorrow. So it's all ready to go. I've just got to put a bit of water in the brush and all that to do. But I thought, yeah, we'll have a play. So I've tried it out and I'm happy with it. Hence the playing about. So let me just move things out of the way. I know, honestly, we are in the middle of a torrential downpour. I really do apologise if it's just too noisy. There's not a lot I can do. I can't contact the man upstairs and say turn the tap off, can I? You know, but on a positive, hopefully it'll go over. So let's start. So I'm not going to do alcohol inks, but I know it is very calming. I do love the sound of the rain as well. But just so you can see, you can really get some stunning and obviously Amanda's tutorial yesterday with that beautiful scarecrow and all of that, we can hear it clearly but not too noisy. That's all right then. So for me, it's just putting down another, hi Michael, Hello. God, we got torrential rain here. Honestly, Debs, shocking. So let's play anyway. I'm chittery chatting on like there's no tomorrow. But first thing I'm going to do is going to put the paints away. Oh, thumbs up, everybody. You won. Yeah. So obviously at the minute I've only got YouTube on, and that's because of the weather. I thought if I put several streams on, all it's going to do is probably dip, and then we won't have any stream. It's one of them, isn't it? So yeah. So when you come in, if you can actually like the actual thing instead of just giving me a thumbs up. New furnace. Oh, crumbs. New furnace being installed. Wow, Anne-Marie, go you. So it really is sort of. Gosh, is the rain gonna inspire me? Well, let's see. We might have a few. So I'm just going to give you. Obviously, this was alcoholics. This one was with paint, and one was with Andy's lovely Incology set, basically. And now obviously it's under Cosmic Shimmer, so it's Cosmic Shimmer, and some of them have got different names, and I think obviously the new packaging is different to what it is now. So I've obviously got the old set where it's Incology to me. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put some ink down, put it on, and just show you some really easy different techniques. Now this technique is what Andy showed us the other day, where you'll stamp in one colour, paint over, and then re-stamp over. That is absolutely brilliant. But this technique here is sort of a bit of that with something else. So, you know, I think you might need a boat, honestly. Well, I've got an arc being sent, so I'm all right, honestly. So yeah, I'm going to use, let's just have a look at the colours. So the set that we've got, the original set, obviously I love my greens. So I do love olive, and I used olive, and I used this Tuscan teal. Foot is still still. Oh, bless you, Sylvia. Yeah, Camille, honestly, it's a lovely weather. I've got an arc on the way anyway. We've got room for the craft stuff, so I'm all right. I'll be happy. So these two colours are what I used on this one. Now, what I must say, and I just picked 2 by 2. The whole lot's coming with me. 2 sheds. There you go. What I will say is, the thing I really like about the way that Andy's put these stamps together is, depending on how you colour them in, they can be also inclusive for culture as well. So this particular one I've actually done for oh, hello. Comments is being held for review. Oh, hello. Oh, what, yeah, I hope you're all saying nice things out there, you guys. So on this one, instead of me going into more pink tones, I'd use more brown tones, and that was just for the skin tone. So you can really change these little children's images to be cultural appropriate as well. And I this really sort of hit and resonated with the little boy over the road from me. He's absolutely, honestly, to me, I live on a very multicultural estate. I'll say it's an estate. It's one of them, but honestly, they're such lovely people, helpful, supportful, you know. And I know my mum and dad are safe on this estate, but I will say that the images really do pull themselves. So you can, it's not just always about a certain colour pigmentation, but please, you know, I put a little bit of darkness to the hair with a twist, so it could quite easily be my little laddie over the road. But I just want to say, just play around with your colours, because it's important, and there's not many cards out there which are culture appropriate. You know, there are certain ones, but not a whole heap, like, you know. But it's so nice to know that we can actually move these around. Oh, bless her, your grandson's mixed right. Oh, brilliant. Honestly, they are so pleasing to work with. And I know some of you are still waiting for your stamps to come, but my gosh, they'll be worth the wait. They really will. So let's pop these over here. My two gonna be. Oh, did they? Oh, for Alison, honestly, those are gorgeous images. So we've got blues. We've got. I'll tell you what. Should we do a bit of a? I don't know what to do. So I'll tell you what. I'll go off this theme. with the greens and the blues. Maybe just a little bit more of different. Let me use a different. I'll do it a lighter and a darker. So instead of me using the same two, let me just use a different two. So this is Mediterranean blue and golden green. Now, as I say, the new packaging, new colours might be called different things. I'm not too sure because I haven't got the new ones as yet. But I'm quite sure I'll get them soon. Probably the weekend. Right, so all I'm going to do is just pop me. Now, this is what I love about working on these sort of. Oh, look at that! And then there was peace and quiet. Wow, goodness me! Not for long. Not with me in the background, anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get just a normal paintbrush. Now, this is a number 6. This is squirrel hair. I've put some water down now. All I'm going to do is literally, in fact, I'm just going to splat it, to be fair. Why not? Let me just, there is no reason. I love the others, but honestly, I have so many stamps. I've got to start looking to declutter myself. Now, let me just wiggle around a minute. Let me get some water. So the only thing in this game is you collect a whole heap of stamps. So I am actually I've taken a huge decision, and I have decided to obviously destash, which I'll be doing very, very soon. 4 crates and about 10 small. I know I've seen all your bump. Goodness me. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Now, when you've got this, I mean, look, there wasn't a lot of ink on there at all. You can move this around if you want it to go out and around and all the rest of it. But to be fair, have a little bit of, put a bit of movement to it. And don't be too worried or think, oh, gosh, what's all that about, That's what it's all about. I want you to sort of be a little bit of adventurous. Why not? The only thing I will say is some of the pools at the edges, I'd just like to take them away a little bit. Now, if you are feeling adventurous, it is nice to actually pop these down and just pop the ink directly on. Now, it is a very, very strong ink, as Andy has said many a time. But I love that as a challenge for me, where I'm just going to put some water to it. And obviously I'm using watercolour card, so for me it's just a case of let's move it around. Let's see what it's going to do. Where's it going to go? Where's it going to aim for? And I'm just going to get myself just a little bit of tissue and just in places, because you can add back into this. And this is what I really like when you're playing around. I've got a nice mess now. Beautiful mess. So let me just get my little heat tool. And I am using a heat it up. So this is more like, this is my bun, and I said to you yesterday, I got a Bunsen burner. This is what I class as my Bunsen burner. Because if I use the other one, it just takes too long, because I do like to make a mess and I do like to get the water on. So let me just pop these on here. There we go. That's it. Let's just dab a few bits off here and there. Now, we got there. Let's have a look at that. Hi Chris, hopefully you're well, my sweet. Lovely to have your company this evening. Now what I will say is, well, the rain's coming back again. There might not be a Sunday because obviously me and Amanda are doing the workshop. We're travelling Friday, travelling down, and then Saturday we got the workshop, and then just depending. So I'm going to say there won't be a tutorial Sunday. If there is, it'll be surprise. But I'm going to say there won't be, just due to the fact I'm going to be doing a lot of miles, and obviously adventures with Amanda are always fun, and it's like, whoo, afterwards it's like, wow, it's one of them, isn't it? So there's one lovely background, and all we've done is used golden green and Mediterranean blue. Now, what I will say to you is, yeah, somebody's got deep pockets, love it. You've got to have deep pockets when you're a crafter. Crumbs, honestly. The things we end up buying, and it's usually because Amanda showed it us. I'll blame Amanda. all I'm going to do now is just look at this and just, I can see a little bit of something there. So I want to put a little bit of blue in. Now you can make up a scene if you want, and especially if you know what stamp you're using. At the minute, I don't know what stamp I'm using. I'm just putting colour on. And all I'm doing is just literally, I'm just going to splat some colour here and there. Put a bit of water on my brush, why not? And I'm just going to move it around. So don't be shy. You're using watercolour card. Do exactly what it's supposed to do. Use some water on it and don't be shy. So for me, it's all about just having that little bit of movement. A bit of water if you want, just to have that sort of, you know, when you want like a really nice blend and going out. Hi Sue, hello everybody, bless you. When you want that nice blend going out, put it on, don't be shy. Move it about if you want to. Do you want to take it up into the green or whatever colours you're deciding to use? So for me, really, really, you blame Amanda. Everyone blames Amanda. Bless her. I'm going to blame her a lot over the weekend. I'm sure of it. Hi, Dominique. Hope you're well. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the colours together because I love, you know, when you get that blend of colours together. Now, if you wanted to add other colours here, you can do. So don't just think it's got to be two. I blame Lisa, Amanda and Hobby Maker. Ah! Oh dear me. So are you still watching Hobby Maker or have you gone over to Hobbycraft channel? I'd like to hear, it'd be interesting to hear your views on that actually. Be very interesting. Very interesting. I always like to hear what the lowdown is with you guys. Oh, somebody's laughing. No, I don't blame you. You got to have a laugh. Now, if I wanted to add different colours, again, like I said, there's other greens. So I could do that. Now, I am putting a lot on here. But, hey, you know me, in for a penny, in for a pound. I like to show you. I need to be watching Hobby Maker now, but you're here. Oh, fair enough. I'll take that one then. Who are you supposed to be watching? That's the thing, though. Both channels. Beverly, really? Oh, wow. I watched Andy. Oh, okay. Hobby Maker is better. Do you think so? Now, is that down to prices or delivery or what is it? Oh, is it? Oh, Sweet Poppy's on. Okay, bless. I've got loads of Sweet Poppy stuff. Crumbs. That might be something I'm going to have to look at maybe. Like I say, I've got so much stuff I do need to start destashing. So much stuff. And I'm concentrating on certain products and stuff now. So you can probably tell. But I'm only going to use what I like. Not as polished as Hobby Maker. Well, they've only just started as us. Lisa, you're definitely responsible for introducing me to Tracy Evans. Yeah, but her stuff's lush. Absolutely lush. I mean, come on. We're all bad as each other, though, to be fair. Oh, goodness me. There you go, Gloria. That saves that one, then. Right, so I've put a bit of a tree line in the background now. Nothing major. I know it's there. In fact, I'm going to put that there and let it dry. So we've got the greens and the blues, different to this one, but we've got greens and blues. So let me just put something maybe more of a feminine. So I'm not going to say girly because girls nowadays, it's not all about roses and God knows what, you know. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go straight on with some pink. And I say pink, the colour is fuchsia. And what else have I got here? What's this one? Oh, Raspberry Ripple. Oh, crumbs, love it. Raspberry Ripple. Don't know it. Oh, Trudy, I'm sorry. Oh, well. Well, you all know Cosmic Shimmer. You all know Andy Skinner. So I ain't going to punish you that much now, am I? So we're all good. Probably had to join you properly. Oh, goodness me. Meg sought after a bit of a walk. Oh, bless her. She's gone on an adventure. I love it. How fabulous. Did she go far? Did she do the little hoppity skippity jumpity do? Bless her. She is such a character. Love her to bits. I was just saying, well, it's a good job you ain't been here, actually, because I've just blamed you for everything, to be fair. It's only because I love you, you know, as you do. But, yeah. So, Amanda makes us buy everything, yeah? Are you on pink? No, actually, I'm on, I beg your pardon, I didn't tell you. Sorry. I am on Pink Frog watercolour card, as I'm drowned in it like a good one. So, yeah, good question. My bad, miles away, didn't even tell you. Hoppity skip round and around. Oh, I love it. She's such a, oh, love it. I can just see her now, trundling off down the road. Bless her cottons, I love it. Oh, she is. She's divine. Absolutely. Her little pictures that Amanda puts up really do not do her justice at all. She is such a character. She is beautiful. Now, if you really wanted to have a diddly-doo-dah, you can get a puffer woofer. You know, it hasn't always got to be alcohol inks that you use these things with. You know, so at the end of the day, use what you got and all the rest of it. Why not? Let's move that around a bit. You know, I mean, it is a bit of a, why am I doing this for when you don't need to? But, you know, for some of you guys that maybe have problems holding things or have problems just sort of going with it in that sense, then use things like that. That's what they're there for. It's not about, oh, that's got to be used on alcohol ink. Load of nonsense. Use it on whatever you like. Isn't it? Tracy has a deal on the Super Smooth, and what she does indeed. And I have forgot what it is. I think it is it the end of the month? I think it's till the end of the month, isn't it? I've had that many things going on. Obviously, I'm back at work, so my mind is like everywhere. She's a little old bugger, and her dad, and I love her dearly. Indeed. And her Auntie Lise. Obviously. Love her to bits. She is, honestly. She's divine. I'm going to just put a bit of Skinner's Gold on this just to give it a little bit of a pop. Now, these are the sort of colours that I used with the alcohol inks. And obviously, these aren't alcohol inks, but they still give you that impact of pop of everything going on. And it's brilliant because you can get your paintbrush and you can move it around, you can pull it in, you can do all sorts of things. Again, you've got to use a decent card to do this, because if you're going to use something that's not going to hold the ink, then you're going to end up with paper mache. Oh, she obviously loves her Auntie Lise. Yeah, of course, a little munchkin, isn't she? Oh, she is my little munch. I love her to bits. Right then, so I'm going to let that have a little blast on it. Buy watercolour, get Super Smooth free. Yeah, there we go. That's for October. Perfect. Is it October or September? Don't start confusing me. Right, so let's just move that around a little bit. Let's get a little bit of a dryness on here. Now, I'm just going to show you quickly, if you haven't got these inks, what you can do with paints. So at the minute we've got 2 backgrounds. Till October. Oh. Yes, Ruth. End of September. Fair enough. Thanks, Ellen. Listen, we'll make it up as we go along, isn't it, really? The only thing is, if people can watch this and read and say, Lisa said, which we don't want, really. Right, let me just get me a little bit of tissue. There we go. So let's just do that a second. Our offer's on now on Pink Frog. There we go. Perfect. September. There we go. Right, so I've got pinks and yellows, purples, blues and greens with sort of that yellow twisting, and that's down to the colour and the pigment. So let's get some paint. So I want to show you, if you haven't got these inks or you're thinking about getting them, they are fabulous. But let me put them over here. In fact, I'll put them back in the box because I don't want to forget them. Because I'm packed and then I'm unpacking myself for tomorrow, which is never a good idea, is it really? So, no matter what paints you've got, I'll let them dry. Don't worry about it. So, I've only just used this set today. Just playing around with it. I just want to see what the colours were like, etc, etc. She's, oh, look at that. Deaf as a post, blind as a bat. It's like having, 3 pets. She's 16 and a half. Oh... She's like a little old woman. She's brilliant now. Honestly, she is. Hello, Kim, and lovely magical makers. You are all magical makers, actually. That's right. So I just had a little play just so I could see what the colours were like. And you know something? This was a cheap set, I must admit. No branding on it or anything like that. There was a place I brought it from. But I like the fact there is no branding on it, actually, which is good. There you go. But the pigment in it is good actually. So I'm going to just prep. Now I do like my greens. So let me just pop a bit of water on this, as you do. So always remember when you're using paints to prep them first, especially if they're in a sort of palette or a pan or anything like that, because you want to get the pigment loose and you want to get the pigment so you're getting the best out of it. Because if you just went on it like that and went like that, you'd get a very, very loose, watered down colour. At least now it's doing something. So when I do go on here, I'm going to get, bam, colour, you know. So use it in that sense, yeah. Sally Sunbeam, bless, love it. So these colours here are absolutely gorgeous. And I use these colours to paint over on this particular card here. Okay, so again, like I say, I'm going to do a background and then we're going to stamp over it and then we're going to look to what we've got basically. Just catching up. Yeah, you carry on, Cocker. So colour wise, let's have a look. There's a nice light green here, sort of a luminous sort of thing. So let's put a bit of that down. Yeah, now you know me, there ain't going to be any sort of Picasso bit here. I'm just going to put a selection of colour down. Bit of a darker green there maybe. And what's that look like? Let's have a look. Oh, nice. Look at that one. Beautiful. And let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's that colour like? Let's have a look. Oh, very. Oh, I'm seeing now. I'm liking that. Let me just have a look at that a second. Now, we've just put 3 blobs of paint down. Get your water. You're on watercolour card. Don't be shy. Now, with paint, you have to move it around. Depending on what you've put down or what you're using, you can move it around. So it's really nice. It's a bit like your oxides and your ink, just a different play, different formats, yeah. So don't be shy to sort of, so I quite like that. I can already see I've got a bit of a background. We could have a bit of a moon in there. But honestly, Prussian Blue is like I never say it, put my teeth in. But none of these are marked on here. On my other ones, I've obviously gone, you know, you have to wiggle your paint on, honestly. It's all about the wiggle. It really, really is. Let me just get some, so I've got some really cheap tissue, which is fabulous. But, hello, Jen. Hi. Well, we're just playing around with paints. I'm just giving some different options for people that might not have certain colours or certain products. So we're just giving a little bit of a cheeky alternative. So let's put a little bit of something else in here. So if this was a background, I'd probably want a bit of a brown or something now. So let's just have a wiggle over here. So all I'm going to do now is I am literally just going to think of very, very quick colour down. And then if I'm going to, let me just put that on my hand a little bit. And then we'll go for that green here. So I'm going to bring the brown and the green. See, always use different greens. Oh my gosh. The mix that you can get with these, it's like, wow. But this is where I'm glad you're watching and you're liking and you're enjoying, because that's where you just pick it up so you can stop, rewind, look at it, play around with it and think, well, Lisa's just done that. And that's all I want you to do. I want you to enjoy being messy. You know, I mean, I love watching Amanda. She puts it down and she'll create and what's it, me? I just start off with a mess and create from it. But that's what makes us all different, and that's what makes us sort of unique in our own ways, you know. So I'm going to put on, I quite like this sort of, I do love olive, I like an olivey sort of, mixed up with a bit of brown, and that gives a fabulous bit of a foliage sort of colour. So let's just put that there a second, like so. So to me, I've already got sort of greenery and a bit of blue up there. Yeah. Because we've got that sort of colour, let's have a little dabble up here maybe. Let me just put a little bit more darker up here. I'm going to take that across. Now, when you, obviously watercolour card, when you've got a nice Olive's fab, it's beautiful, love it. When you've got a nice big blob at the top, move it around, allow it to do its thing, and bring it down slowly. And if you're happy with where it's at, gently, because you don't want to take off all the colour, but you might want to just stop it from taking off and going off the end. It's just a case of dabbing, patting, doing your thing. You know, you could do a cotton bud like what Andy does. You could so many different techniques now. World's your oyster. I'm just going to blast this off, and then I can play with some of them other ones that we've done. So when I'm blasting this off, Susan, it's all right. There's no such thing as late. You're here. Welcome. Hopefully work is good for you. So I'm just chasing that water around, so I might get myself a little watermark there, which again, I don't mind. What I will say to you is, obviously, if you're using paint and putting watermarks down, they're different to when you're using oxides and inks. So this just gives you guys, now let me just, let me put the bit of plastic there. Love the way you've made, fabulous. So you've got another technique now to use. So we've got 3. We've got paints and inks as such. Let me just dry my finger there. Greens I love. Greens are very much nature, very much at ease, very calming colours, yeah? Right, so let me just grab, now I've grabbed this little platform, let me just grab that a second, there we go. I've grabbed this little platform because this goes perfectly in my thing. And lo and behold, it's a Stampede, which I didn't realise I had, which was Cosmic Shimmer. So go me with the old bits and bobs. I mean, with the 20 million, magnets. Because I think you need 20 million magnets when you're doing stuff with these things. Okay, so normally I don't use these products. But I know quite a few of you guys do. Now, I used the little lad earlier on. So we have got hopscotch, like the pink and yellow one, fabulous. The little laddie, we've got bubble blowing, we've got skipping, and we've got the girls. Now, I know a lot of you haven't got these. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put little skipping, because I ain't really done much with her, to be fair. I haven't done much at all with her. So, oh, she's a, yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll put it about like so, maybe. Right, so what we got? Skipping, skippy doodah. Rightio, let's put her about there. Hello, Lynn. No, there's no such thing as late. Welcome, sweetheart. I thank you just for being here and joining us. There we go. Right, so I'm going to pop her, as I say, there. Let's just bring that along a minute. Bring it there. We sort of, this is where it's sort of a little bit of guesstimates, I suppose, when you can't see the image. And I get that's why a lot of people don't like rubber stamps as well, and I understand that. So, you know, I get it. She's your fave. Oh, okay. Well, so I'm going to do it a light stamp. Well, a light stamp, and I go over it 20 million times. Oh, thumbs up, bless you. And all I'm going to do there is just give it a little press. Now, I'm not too worried because, beautiful. Now, it's what you're going to do with this image. Are you going to paint it? So this is where you think to yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to paint it in and turn it into a pop so it comes forward? Are you going to put white on it like how Andy showed us, where you can put white and then re-stamp over it? Because obviously the stamp's in position, so you could do whatever you like, really. Yeah? Or what I'm going to say is bleach it out. Now, let's put him there. I'll put you over there, mate. You stay there. Behave yourself. Let me just give it a look. Hi, Annette. Hope you're well, sweetie. Thanks for joining tonight. So, I've got my bleach, and it is a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, I have upgraded to Domestos. I don't know whether that's going to be any good or not, but let's try the game. Let's see if it's actually going to do anything. Is it going to pull this down? Bless your cottons. Is it going to bring the colour down? Is it going to do anything? Because I always say Domestos is like, oh, it is going. Look at the colour change happening there. It's magic, people. It's magic. It's witchcraft. That's what it is. Witchcraft. Okay, so there we are. Look at this. She's turning. Let's just go down her arm. Now, what I like about bleach is if you go out of the arm or you go out of an area, it's not the end of the world, because there's so much more you can do with when you put bleach on. You can splat it, you can splash it, you can make really cool backgrounds. But if you're not that way inclined, then I would say mask off an image. you know, because I have the most terrible moments where things never stay in lines. I'd be terrible if I had to do like paint by numbers or something. It just wouldn't happen. I just couldn't do it. So if I was now thinking to myself, right, happy bunny, so to speak, all I've done there is obviously I've used bleach. So if you've got any breathing problems, any chemical reaction, it is not the product to use, and especially Domestos. And I must admit, I am extremely impressed by how quick that has taken the ink out before your eyes, before your very eyes. Now, let's see if I can really be sort of, let's pull these little bits out here, and let's do this, let's do that. Let me just see if I can pull out enough where I can say, you know, I absolutely love that. So let's have a look. I think we've got everything I want there. Yeah. So to me, that's done. You can put your sentiment on that. Bam. Tickety-boo. Yeah. So let's see what the next one's going to do. Ooh, look at that. I'm happy with that. Bit of bleach on, tickety-boo. It has absolutely. So that's a 1-to-1 ratio of Domestos bleach. So I've put equal parts of bleach and water together. That's what a 1-to-1. It's all right, Lynn. Don't worry. How's them little munchkins doing? Now, if you wanted to splatter water around, go for it. But I like the way that we've got the green going into the blue, going into this lighter green. Love it. Now, if you wanted to just... So I'm going to be really sort of careful now. So I'm just going to get the bleach and I'm just going to twiddle along just a little bit, because obviously when you put bleach down, you have to wait for it to do something. And that's where you've either overworked it and thought, damn, what did I do that for? Or it works. And hopefully, all being well, I could turn around to you guys and go, bam, it done it. I just wanted to ground her basically, because it's all right having a sort of, having the image is perfect, yeah? So I'm going to let that dry. Obviously, with that being bleached there now, you can't paint over it because it's still doing its thing. So if you paint over it, all it's going to do is disappear again, okay? So that's your bleach effect done. Love it. Let's put that, I'll tell you what, yay, go on. Worked. Now then, we've got a lot going on this one. So let's put this one down now. And I've just got to roughly think to myself, where did I put these sausages? So let me just, before I go over, let me just have a, that one needs to maybe go up about there. That's yeah, that'll do, yeah, roughly. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one. When it's dry, does it lose the smell? Yeah. To be fair, I go a bit nose blind because I like using bleach, but again, it's one of them. Obviously I don't normally use Domestos. But to be fair, I like the smell of bleach. Some people don't. So there are tablets you can use and stuff like that. Is it going to be strong enough to take out this ink? I really don't know. So that's where you guys are going to have to play around and think, you know, something, I'll have a play. Because that's how it's going to be. Now, different colours have got different strokes of pigment in them. Let's see where we go with this then. So again, I'm going to put some bleach on. Let's just see how this is going to work. Let's have a look. Now you can see it's doing something. Can you paint over it once it's dry, or does the new colour, while it's still wet and doing its thing, if you paint on it then it will disappear, but once it's dry, I have painted over an area, so I can say yes, but it's got to be dry. So that's just something for you to be mindful of basically. Now, obviously you've got pinks and purples. Now, when we had this discussion yesterday, when Amanda was doing what was she using now? It was the alcohol inks. There we go. And we were all talking about the blues and stuff like that. Well, obviously purple's got blue running through the pigmentation to it. So what I'd say is it's going to be a case of, I am going to splash it, by the way. Will this go differently to how the greens will. Well, yes, it will do, because there's different colour and different pool of pigmentation in there. So that's where you've got to be mindful of what colours you're using for what, how it looks, how it's going to react and do different things. So I'm just going to dab on a little area there. I'm just going to blast over this just to help it along a second. Oh, I've lost the chat. Let's have a look. Oh, there you all are. Thank you. There we go. I'm just going to just blast this off a second. And to be fair, that's worked quite well, actually. Better than what I thought it was going to, because I wanted to sort of show you just how the different pigmentations do actually show differently when you're using this. And the trick is, if you think to yourself some things are too light, let's just ink it back up and let's just go back over it again, you know. So there are so many different options that you can do with these stamps. Now let's see what it's going to be like on the paint. So we've got two different colour sets there, and to be fair, oh, quite liking this actually. Bam, 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 bam. Oh no, see, that made such a difference. And I like how low that was, but because I've stamped in exactly the same place, if I wanted to re-go back over this and blacken it back out, then I can do. But I might draw a pencil over it in a minute, so we'll see. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Bam, bam, bam. Beautiful. So again, just done some splashes with the bleach, and again, it's just giving you that just different dynamics. I do want to bring in some of the beautiful stencils as well, which I might do on this one actually. Let me just try and line up. Let's put there, I think about roughly about there, maybe baby. I saw a particular site today. You're not going to believe it, but you know, like when you're out and about and you see different things and people send you things and stuff like that, but you'll never guess what I saw today. None of you would. In fact, you know, I'll bet you're thinking, what on earth is she on about now? I saw a bell with a hat on. Couldn't believe it. You know, when you look at something, you think, God, that's a bell, and it's got a hat on. How bizarre. Honestly, has anybody had any random things happen to themselves today? You can't get no more random than bells with hats on, that's all I'll say. Honestly. Absolutely shocking. Oh, there we go. Right, let's have a look at that. Right, so I've stamped several times. I've done Versa because I want to really make sure this is down, done, dusted. So I'm just going to dry it off a second because we're on paint. Let me just give it a little blast. As you do. Now, Peaches, the vector. Oh, they're hanging to the vets. Heather saw a bottle of gin with a puffer jacket on. So nobody's beating my, got wet though. A bell with a hat. Honestly, I saw a bell with a hat today. Unbelievable. No alcohol was involved either. I saw a bell with a hat. Shocking. Right then, so well we've got gin, nothing exciting, no stuck in the computer for 9 days. Ah, damn, really? Debs, yeah. Oh dear. Well, I don't know. The bottle of gin with a puffer jacket on is nearly as good with a bell with a hat on, but I don't know. You know, it's one of them. Right. So if you've just got paint and you don't want to bleach out, for instance, and you think to yourself, you know, you want to paint over, colour, etc., etc., you can do that by all means, or you can go straight on and actually paint. Now you can use paint directly on paint if you wanted to. Obviously, paint and paint works, or you could use your pencils and do colouring in. Pencils, crayons, whatever floats your boat, isn't it? Oh, hello. There we go. See, now I've done this the other day. I've done this. And you know, I thought to myself, oh, I've lost it. How did I manage to lose? And it was stuck to this. I thought, it took me ages to find it. I thought, oh my God, I've lost a Nuji Boogie. A magnet, that's it. You forget what they're called. So easy to forget what they're called, isn't it? Right, anyway, let's move the bleach out of the way because I'm going to paint over these now. So nobody else done anything exciting. Bottle of gin with a puffer jacket on. Poochies went to the vets and passed, which is fabulous. I've got the bell with that. You got wet through. Chris, It's just, honestly, the weather's just shocking. Really is at the minute. Not good at all. Right then, so to be fair, I can take this off here now. Let me just get this out of the way. I'll put this back into the basket because we're off on our jollies tomorrow. God help. Do you know something? We're crossing borders, you know, man. Do you think we'll get out? do we need a passport or anything? Sorry, I just couldn't resist. Naughty Lisa. Right then, okay. So, again, obviously I'm looking at this young lady and I'm thinking to myself, colours. Now, you can do whatever colours you want. Nothing strange, beautiful fall day here. Oh, fabulous, Jen. You can look at that and you can look at your palette and think to yourself, okay, let's see, we've got like this peach colour here. Let's put that down. But bear in mind, you have obviously got a green undertone. I like undertones. I think they're fabulous things, to be fair. But what you've also got to remember is that undertone you've got to play around with while you're painting. So don't be so sort of stuck on yourself to get things bang on perfect on your first paint colour, because she looks like she's got a pair of tights on now, which is fabulous. Perfect for me. However, when I start painting her arms, then she's going to look like she needs to go to the hospital. Let's put her on here because the arms don't look like she's got a pair of tights on. So let's pop some details on here. Pop a little bit over there. Right, so for me now, as I've said, you can do blue if you want it, jaundice exactly. So I got in there before somebody else. I can add a little bit of sort of red if I wanted to. Now, you can put these colours down on a mat or in your palette or do whatever you like. So let's just mix it just a little bit, not too much. Because paint can be really forgiving. And depending on the colour tone that you're going for or pigmentation, just be mindful of how you're presenting. Who's the card for? What's the occasion? What's the age restraint and all the rest of it? So much to think about nowadays. Crazy old world we live in. But worth it, yeah? So, I'm just going to dab there a second. There we go. Now, I am going to get me white. At least she doesn't look like an armless bell. No, that's very true. I was waiting for it. Okay. Ah, dear me. Go. Compose. So I'm just going to do a bit of a whitewash over this now, just to lighten this out. And these are just little hints and tips now for you to pull a piece together. So don't be worrying about how exact something's got to look, because I'm looking at this. It's totally different for how you're looking at it. Dab a little bit off while it's still wet. It pulls it fabulously, and especially when you're going over on paint. Brilliant. Now, I really want to pop. So red is a fabulous colour when you're working with kids' nostalgia years. You know, when you look through your old pictures, how many of us wore green, you know, solid colours, green, blue, red, you know, either a check dress. I had a brown zipper under my neck with a green trim. It was proper like, oh, crumbs, you know. And then it's only as I went into secondary school, first year, second year, etc., there, where it was all about your brands and your Nike and your Adidas and Fila and Elise and all that sort of to do. You know, so it really is, when you think back how things have changed and come on so very much, we are really, really blessed when we've got so much choice in palettes of paints, inks, pads. You know, we are really, really, you know, so very, very lucky with what we've got to choose from. So this isn't about looking at and saying, right, you've got to buy this palette of paint. This was cheap. So I'm just proving a point. I could quite easily get out. I mean, next week I'll be getting out all different products and bits and pieces and all sorts of stuff. But this week I'm just like looking at what I've got and thinking to myself, you know, so well, I'll play with that. Because that's what I brought it for. Oh, Amazon was on this way. No stamps or the school pumps were 99p from Woolworths. Oh my gosh, Woolworths. Back in the day, Woolworths was the place to get your stuff from. We had a place called the Red House, and I still remember my mum taking me. Oh, crumbs, let me get that green out, that yellow. To get my uniform, you had to go for certain shops, because at that time I had free school meals and I had national health glasses, and you could tell that how I was dressed, you know, and you know something, I didn't care. But nowadays, it's a cruel old world we live in. Love Woolies and C&A. C&A was oh, and we had TJ Hughes as well. C&A, TJ Hughes. It was brilliant, honestly. See, this is where all your nostalgia is. See how we're all talking about it. The stamps that Andy's designed works well in so many different ways, because look how we're chatting about the good old days, yeah? Black pumps, yeah, we had navy blue pants and a navy blue skirt for PE, and you had to wear your navy blue pants. Remember them days, hey? Goodness me, nowadays I don't know what they're blooming wearing. Ah, dear, 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 dear. Right, let's put something in her hair now. So I'm going to go for like a light. We're not going what's it, but I'm going to go sort of a light brown. And I'm going to mix a little bit of that colour there. We had TJ's using it. Ah, right, okay, fabulous. TJ, see, it's all coming back, you know. It's the only thing when you start chitty-chatting like this, and it's like, well, back in the day. Goodness me. I must admit, I remembered I got bullied when I was in the senior school. I still remember her name to this day, until we had like a running track, and she collared me on there. Remember it? It's weird what you remember about school, isn't it? Absolutely. I'm just going to put a little bit of something going on around here. So just get a colour. I don't know. We'll go again with me olive. Bless it. And all I want to do is just put a bit of greenery down. And if you do want to just put a bit of brown down, maybe just along here. Because, I mean, where is she skipping? Is she on a bit of dirt there? Has she found a bit of dirt, maybe? Yeah, even W.H. Smith's. Honestly, all the good old shops have gone. Everything's gone. So nostalgia, for Andy bringing out these stamps, it's about right, because we ain't really... I really wanted some red shoes. That's what happens when you watch The Wizard of Oz. Oh, dear me. It's really surprising where life takes us now, and what we're all thinking about, isn't it? School, growing up, if you were a smoker, when you had your first cigarette, the bike sheds, bunking off school, you know, or were you a goody two-shoe and went to school? Hey, I mean, there's so many different things, isn't there, really, when you think about it? Absolute crazy what we can all talk about. And we're all so different in life. You wanted white boots. Oh, gosh. Tammy girls. Oh, my God. Yes, I remember that. Oh, wow. Dearie me. Tammy. Oh, my gosh. You know, well, you know, so let me just fill you in. So when is it? I think it is October, November, I think. November. I'm going to see Adamant. I think he's in a wheelchair now, you know. But back in the day, I had him stuck on my wall. He was my poster boy, along with John Tyler, Duran Duran. Damn it, the things we honestly get up to. Shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. Now, let's put a little bit of something down here. Do we want anything else on? That's up to you. So I've got to run. That's all right, Jen. Go and enjoy yourself. I love back to school adverts, honestly. I do and I don't now, because then it's like, oh. Uniform costs are just ridiculous now, because they have to have certain branding, certain logos on, certain everything. Oh, dear me. You had a horse poster, not a pop star. I met Adamant. Really? So, well, he's gonna do his Prince Charming thing with me, you know, and woohoo! Yeah, can't wait. Right, so what do you want to do on here? Do you think to yourself, leave it like that? Do that. If you want to put a few highlights on, do it. If you want to go in with a darker colour, or you want to go in with pencils, do that as well. There is no right or wrong to this. So for me, I'd sort of look where Andy's put these little darker shades, and I would just plant some of that darker colour just here and there, and then I'd get my brush and I'd blend it into the colour that's there, because then that just gives it that movement, because she's skipping. You don't want to just plonk a colour down and just think, ah, that's it done. Basically, rollers. You wanted to relax t-shirt. Oh, it was wham. Yeah, wake me up before me go and all that nonsense. Oh, dear me. Gosh, we are going back to the archives now. Choose Life. That was the stuff. Duran Duran. I love it. Really? Oh, sissy. I'll take lots of photos and just bombard you all, as you do. Right, so you can put, so if I put a little bit of white here and there, just because we can. Maybe just along here as well, maybe. And maybe just a little bit here and there. Now, the reason why I've just put a little bit of white in is I can just move that around. Goes into a lovely pink, obviously. Red, white. But it also gives you that highlight, low light. Again, we haven't had it to have any other colour on. But we've got that movement there just because we've moved the paint around. Yeah. So bear that in mind. And just where we've got those little bits of white with the orange, light and dark, let's just pull it around. Same with, let me just take that off there. Same with the hair. Let's just move it around like she just don't care. There we go. Perfect. Now, because I've just put sort of all that nonsense on there, let me just give a little bit of this. Don't be shy to mix your colours up in the palette as well. It's paint. It'll move around. There we go. So, perfect. 6:30. Oh, ultra voltage now. Look where we're at now. Ah, Tommy Steele. Go on. Wow. So I can let that dry now. So we've already got the base of 3 cracking cards, realistically. Let me just, where's that plasticky bit? I'm asking you lot and you're not even here with me, but it's okay. I'll talk to myself, don't worry. Let's put that up there. Just don't let me forget to take that with me tomorrow. So we've got these 3 cards here. So this is the funky one, realistically. And we've also got this one. So out of these, now obviously she's a different image, but when you look at these, they're also very different in their own right, and we've used so many different styles on them. This one I want to get. Oh, I love Ultravox. Ultravox are brilliant. It looks totally different now though, doesn't it? So these stencils are fabulous. So if you have ordered the stencils, they're brilliant. You've got numbers, you've got trees, you've got ziggity zags, you've got bursts. Absolutely fabulous. So get your sort of adventurous head on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that there. Now, for the sake of quickness and for me just going, let's just be quick, yeah? I am going to use oxides on this. So, yellow and a pink, yeah? Pink and a yellow, why ever not? I'm going to blend up those colours. So I'm going to think to myself, pickled raspberry would be a good match, yeah? And then the yellow, wild honey, why ever not? Maybe, yeah, why not, yeah? So we can put a little bit of extra depth into this particular piece. And the reason why I picked this one is because the colours just pop on it. These two, we can quite easily just put a sentiment on and that would be perfect done. But this one's trying for a little bit more of umphy, sort of madness, which I love it. Yeah, you love Queen. I love Queen as well. Oh, fabulous. I remember Band-Aid when he done his thing on there. Absolutely wow. Now, obviously I don't want to go over the whole shebang, but let me just, because I've just moved it. There we go. That's the thing when you go a bit of freestyle. Love it, by the way. Always the best. Just go for it, yeah. Don't worry about a thing, just go for it. Let me just put a bit of this one down. Just add your little bits in here and there. Now, I'm not too worried with things move, as you've clearly just seen. I just moved it, put it back and just thought, let's just go with it, yeah. But be mindful, if you're doing this for somebody, it will upset you if you move it and you think to yourself, oh, I've just ruined it. You won't have ruined it because it's a card and it's got scope to do so much more. And so now look what we've done. We've changed the look of the card. So we can really, 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 really play around in different ways again. So when you actually do matte and layer this, it's going to totally change the outlook of the card. Let me put a lid on that. So pickled raspberry, brilliant. Wild honey, perfect. easy, easy, easy. So going to count to Newcastle. Oh, fabulous. How cool is that? But just adding the bit of stencil will just pull another dynamic in. And again, if you want to put splatters on, bleach on, if you want to multi-layer with layers, go for it. You could even move that around now and put a bit of textured paste over it. Again, Buddy Holly. Oh, go on. So the world's your oyster really when it comes to doing things like this. So if I got a bit of textured paste, let me grab a little bit of opaque crackle, just as a quick for instance for you guys. Now I'm just gonna have a random, as you do. Randoms are always the best, you know me. I think we're gonna have to put a bit of sparkle or something on this. There we have a look, a bit here, a bit there maybe, why not? Because sometimes it's nice for you to build up just different imagery in different places, because you've got your stencil on behind it. You can really pull it together so many different ways. Let me put that over there. Yep, that'll do. And I am actually going to pull that off. And I'm not going to put it back into the pot because it's contaminated, but I'm not going to waste it either. So I am just literally going to tap it around just in places here and there, so it gives just a little bit of texture in different places. Now, depending on what products you've got, you can add pastes onto this. You could add glitter onto this, because this is still a wet product at the end of the day, yeah? So I think news. Oh, my last band who I saw, let me think. I've done the beat and then the lead sing passed. I don't know OMD. Actually, yeah, OMD was the last band I saw. They were brilliant. I'd recommend them all day long if you like. Oh, the classics. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. So I've got a bit of rock candy and I've got a bit of snowflakes. Why not? Let's just give it a little bit of Timmy on it. Just a bit of twinkle. Actually, I'll just put a bit of rock candy on. Now, obviously, if you've got other products, go for it. I'm just going to add this over. And all I'm going to do is it just gives it that little bit of, I don't know, you could do this for Christmas if you wanted to. If somebody loves these colours, love this vibe, go for it. Now, that's the right way to do it. Tap, tap, apparently. Well, I'll do a tip, a flick, a flap, a flew, and God knows what else. Whatever happens with me, to be fair. Oh, Luther. Oh, crumbs. Gotta have a bit of Luther, ain't it? Gosh. We're going back here now, ain't we, you guys? Honestly. It's all about the withdrawals now. That's how it is, isn't it? We're all thinking to ourselves different stuff. Right, so now we've got a card with a beautiful glitter. Now, that will be whatever colours underneath. So the yellow, you'll see the yellow, etc., etc. And I think that is absolutely brilliant. So, we have, this was all about the backgrounds tonight. Again, textured paste, glitters, paints, etc., etc. But they've all come out fabulous. Now, if you really want to tweak things and just pull them together in different ways, you can go in totally differently. You can really go in minutely, pull out the eyelids, put the shading around, which I do that many a time, as you guys know. And I'll show you on this particular card. I've gone in and I've really shaded around the face. I've done different shade lines around the boots, around the dress, etc., including the hair. So you take on time and put in the detail that you want on your backgrounds of your cards that you're doing. You know, so hush hush. I love it. Oh dear me. See, there's so much out there. See, we're all doing nostalgia. How fabulous is that? I've got the rain coming back again. It's pitch black outside. Is there anybody there? I love it. So, I really must say, get your paints out, get your oxides out, get your inks out. If you're still waiting for stamps and inks and stuff like that, go for it. Because when they come, put them down on a mat. Or if you haven't got a mat, put them on your stamping block and do it that way. But play around, squirt it with water and look what you get. you get the most fabulous backgrounds with no effort. Now I ain't got like pixie powders and stuff like that, but they're on the way. So once I get my new stuff come, because I have ordered a few bits and bobs, so I've got some new bits and bobs coming, I will then work with those different other products, you know what I mean? So it's one of them. So have a really good play. Those of you who've got the new stamps, really have a really good play along with them. Have a look at the different styles. I believe that Andy has put some blogs on Cosmic Shimmer's page showing you all different techniques and styles. His design team have done the same. So go and get yourself on there. Go and have a look. Go and see what it's all about. But have the time. Don't rush like I do. Have the time to sit down, think about how you want the colours, think about where you want the colours, and think about what stamp you're using. Are you thinking about who it's for, how they look, culture-wise? Do you want to put in some vibrancy? Do you want it toned down? These stamps will complement any occasion or culture. So there we go. I am done. You're very welcome, Sylvia, and I'm glad you're hobbling around and making a recovery. Everybody else, God bless you. I love you all to bits, and thank you so very much for joining me. There won't be, just remember, there won't be a Sunday. If there is, you're going to be, woohoo, you know, it's going to be surprise. But what I will say is, me and Amanda are off on our adventures tomorrow. We will let you all know that we've arrived safely. I'm sure we'll put some pictures up. And we've got the workshop on Saturday. And we've got that at... it's all right, Sarah, don't worry. We've got that fabulous workshop Saturday with all those lovely people. We are fully booked on that now. Just in case anyone was thinking of just jumping in. We will post out our next lot. We've got a busy end of year. And then we're starting afresh in the new year. So if you are looking to do any workshops or anything, give us a shout. We do travel. It's not just we come together. If you just want Amanda or you just want me, just give us a shout. But it's always good fun when there's the two of us together, because we really do so many different projects differently, but we get you all involved. So I'm going to love and leave you. I will see you very soon. Thank you very much. Safe travels. God bless you all. I'm just going to I'll see if my arcs arrive, because I think I need it because the rain's back. So, love you all. Enjoy. I want to see these fabulous backgrounds. Paint or buy with a fluid ink as such, yeah? Or even if you just want to put down some oxides or something like that. But have a play around with all your different kits. I know you guys have got kit, yeah? So, good night, all the magical makers. Oh, you are all gorgeous, aren't you? I will upload this and get it out, and I'll take a picture of God knows what. See you all very soon, okay? So take care, everybody. Good night.